Welcome back to Life on the Rock, and I'd like a warm welcome to Eduardo Verastegui. Welcome to Life on the Rock. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Father. Thank you very much for inviting me. Such
Sure.
an honor for me to be here.
I got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous here when somebody says, you know, you're going to have the Brad Pitt of Latin America on. It's, you know,
no, come on.
My masculinity gets a little bit, you know, nervous there. But real sincere welcome to you. And I read a little bit about your story in the Catholic World Report article, and just an incredible story. And we want to talk about that right off the bat here. And that is, I think, a good foundation or a good backdrop to it is to talk about your before conversion. You refer to it as Eduardo BC, and that is before Christ really in your life. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'm from a very small town called Jicotencal. This is in the state of Tamaulipas, below Texas, northern Mexico. That's where I grew up. I grew up Catholic, and I just didn't know my faith very well, so I didn't have the formation. And I'm the oldest one. I have 3 younger sisters. My father wanted me to be a lawyer. He had this vision, you know, my son is going to be a, you know, a politician and a lawyer. And so I went to school to study law school for 1 year. And after that, I realized that that wasn't my passion. So I decided to move to Mexico City to pursue a dream. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a singer. And so that's how I started my career at the age of 18 years old. I started singing in a boy band for 3.5 years, traveling all over Latin America, you know, doing concerts and promoting our albums. After that, I started doing soap operas in Mexico. We call them telenovelas. Now, if you want to make a living as an actor in Mexico, we don't have so many options like here. Over there, either you do soap operas or soap operas. And so that's what I did for almost 4 years. After that, I moved to Miami. Miami is like the capital of Latin America and the capital of Latino music. So I moved there to record my first solo album in Spanish. And one day I was flying from Miami to Los Angeles to promote that album, and on the plane I met this person who, actually my manager met this person who happens to be the VP of casting for 20th Century Fox. Make a long story short, I met with him a couple of times and he invited me to do this audition for this film he was working. So I told him I don't speak English. I mean, I knew how to count 1 to 10, you know, gallina chicken, my car is red, and that's it, you know, a few words.
Kind of like my Spanish.
Very much. But,
you don't have to say that, but
but the thing is, like, so I told him I don't speak English. And he said, you know what, just memorize the 5 pages of the audition and give it a try. So that's what I did. And I got the part, moved to LA, immersed myself in the language, not allow myself to speak Spanish with anybody for a year so I can, you know, force myself to start thinking in English. So now I've only been speaking English for almost 4.5 years, so I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Wonderful,
it's been hard.
Keep going.
You know, but, and after that...
Can I just say real quick,
were
you, as far as your faith goes through all of this, were you going to Mass on Sunday? Were you doing anything? Was there any kind of like recognition of your Catholic faith?
In Christmas.
Christmas,
Once a year.
Once a year.
I'm sorry. But that was... you know, I always pray every night, and I was going to Mass with my family in Christmas, and but that was it. I had no formation, so
then you got the part then in L.A.
And after finishing that film, that's when I realized.
What was the name of that film?
Chasing Papi.
Chasing Papi.
Yeah,
that was, I don't think I've seen that one. But I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Don't see it. But anyway, after finishing that film, that's when I realized how empty I was. I realized that. You know, I always use this analogy of this. Have you ever seen those, how do you call in English, greyhound dog races?
Yes.
Greyhound, that's how you say it. You know, they're chasing this fake rabbit.
Right.
And you know, they're chasing that rabbit.